So her and a friend are gonna come join in pairs, and they'll help me get through this next dungeon so that I don't have to wait for queues. Talk in chat. I don't have a keyboard. Bluetooth keyboard. The PlayStation. Can you do that? Wait, no. Can you attach a Bluetooth keyboard to a PlayStation? I'm sure it would be great if that works. Can you connect Bluetooth keyboard to PS5? Cool. The answer is yes. Let's see how to figure out how to do that. Bit charged. Oh. Have SBC thing right here. All right. We need to be in settings. I imagine this is where I need to go. Art 4K. Sting. That'll help a lot. I can just type to text. Fantastic. I can actually use chat now. I thought about that literally years ago. Not at the reaction for being arrested, they glanced at me. I'm right here, being involved in purpose. I'm a war prisoner. I tell you. For the moment, I'm in custody. Hey. What I can do, I know how strange this may seem, but I want you to convince the people of Algari to allow for my surrender. Any other energy for you? All right. I'm not gonna play this game. I know the controls. That's fine. We're fine. It's fine. What's up, dude? Gamer, dude, Danger, and Nick Gamer. Blah, blah, blah. Words are hard. Let's see MSQ. There's actual target. Not different here. Winning area. I don't understand. Oh, I see. It's just so covered up with other things. Somewhere in this range is my target. Oh, there he is. Apparently we are the dreamers. Focus on the edge around THC, never know when I'm by my right side. Feels weird selling tranquilizers. I feel like we just made a bad trade. We must walk out. So there's one thing that I don't like about this glam. I like the white shirt cowboy hat look. I think it's pretty fun. What I don't like is that I can't find pants that ride high enough up or look like blue jeans. Also, the way they ride right now, it looks like he's got a tramp stamp. I don't know that I can live with that. Yeah. I went the complete wrong way. I can't even go this way. I have to go this way, but I have to walk all the way through. So sad riding a bird on the ground. It wants to soar. It feels like such a random thing to put here. Hello, testy trader. Have some food. Hope we got a lot of food because that was apparently a lot of wealth. The settlement's full of those who used to labor for the Imperial Army. The folk of Algeria may have traded the Empire, but they spit on the radiation. Whipped curs, they call us. I can eat our fill with our strength back and try to move on. Kind-hearted heroes like you are upset. Level up. Hi, Leia. We'll unmute your stream for a moment.
Everybody just kept on dying before they reached orbital. Like,
Do I need? So many. So many more Aether Currents. 3 more on foot. 3 more quests. Another area left to explore too.
Oh, I like your dynamic background.
Thank you. Worked very hard on that. Me, I guess. Sure. See, how do I? Oh, is that friend?
back into the arena I thought.
Neil is so much taller than I am.
What's this?
I am.
Wait, Neil, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I have your stream up. I have a
I also
2 PC
do
setup and
hear
I'm
you.
playing on PS5. Great. We can talk to each other with delay. Hey. Check friend requests. Social. Probably social. Fantastic. All right. The duty I need to do is Strum Abiana.
Which dungeon will it be?
Castrum. Can I spell? I don't think I can. Albiana. That didn't actually send it to the. That sent it in general, didn't it? Okay, great.
Actually, you know what makes more sense?
I mean, I
I'm
need
just
to
going to
change.
promote you. There you go.
Which chat mode? The party. There we go. Now I'm just talking to you guys. I don't remember how to play this game. I swear. Well, that was immediate. Fantastic.
We're just about to do a... We're doing good. We're just about to do a Stormblood dungeon with Neil.
Thank you. Leia, say hi to YouTube.
I'm gonna hop off right now so I can focus on the raid later.
Oh, good luck, Calica.
Enjoy.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Maybe one day I'll be at a high enough level that I can actually help Leia with something beneficial for her, but it'll be a long time yet.
Yes. Hi, YouTube.
Oh, so much delay.
Don't cutscene.
I love
Remember how to do this.
it. You helped me by being just amazing, Neil.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech
ads.
doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai
Hey, we need to
Ioniq
work
9,
on your ads.
Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only, actual range will vary based on several factors.
Oh,
Oh, what?
It's nice not having to figure out how to blind tank,
Hey-ho.
not knowing what direction to go, and everyone wanting to go way faster than I can figure out.
sorry about that, Neil. What I was saying is, do you want to do it mob by mob, or do you want to do it wall to wall?
I don't care. Yeah, go at your pace. Wall to wall is fine. I'm not exactly worried about failing with you guys here, so. I'm a humble DPS doing his best. Let's go as nuts as we can. Just taking in the scenery and killing things as we go.
So, Ronzi was asking what happened. Did I shrink in the wash? Yes. Yes, I did. And then I had a hot shower. I made it worse.
You were always this short. Let's be honest.
All right. We're going to go as nuts as we can, wall to wall.
Got it. Time for me to die.
Let's go, Magna Rotor.
You keep forgetting that I'm the healer.
You know, I'm not surprised that you took the tanking. Just in that you always tanked as a healer. Tank starts giving you sass, you take their job. Did you come from, little ad?
That has not changed. I still very much tank as a healer. Speaking of Cronus, I have some aggro. But Neil took care of it. It's okay.
My problem.
I'd say aren't ads supposed to be my problem? I should use True North.
I'm missing some health on it. Can you fix that?
You're a warrior. Fix your own health. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. If I must.
We breaking these? Smash.
Yes. So much delay.
So much delay. I purposely have my stream set to a lower delay. Help avoid that, but not everyone does that. Not everyone has the internet for that. You're still alive. These are very strange creatures.
Agreed.
I'm assuming you could possibly kill all those things fast enough to not have to fight these extra guys. Hi, Dungeon Spider.
sometimes we can get about 3 of them down, depending on everybody's gear.
Yeah, my gear is not optimal.
Y'all just got run over.
It's me! Eo! I can't be the first person that's made that joke. Maybe one day I'll remember what an opener is. Sometimes question how I got this far in this game, still not quite knowing what everything means.
I was just thinking that about being a sage. Maybe one day I'll remember how to sage.
I'm doing better about not standing in the AoEs than I used to be. They've also somewhat shifted the colors.
Do you have guard yet, as well?
No, I don't have guardian. Hey, where's my cardia? Why isn't my cardia on the hotbar? Look at my actions. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
What just happened? Nothing new.
Well, that explains some things. Sorry about that, Neil. It turns out that I do have How you like that cardia? There we go. Okay, we're back on track. I said cardia.
No, we're getting through it. I appreciate y'all's help. I would still be waiting for a queue had y'all not joined me,
Yeah.
so I greatly appreciated.
Well, Ronzi, I have more faith in you than I do me. Yeah, of course, Neil. But it's also secretly great. Like, we have not played this game together in so long.
It's been so long.
Fantastic. Actually, I was going through my PlayStation photos a while back, and I came across a photo of us in the early days. I could send it to you.
We need to make something right, because we never went back and finished POTD. I know you've done it separately. We should do that. We should get DJ and Zap and see if we can do it all together.
So actually, just last year, at the very least, Autumn and I attempted to get vindication for the group, and only ever once.
No, we need to make that happen.
Yes, I am so in to do my TOTD. But only
Especially-
if Pac wears that really terrible leopard print top that he wore in the beginning.
I think that's the one that I'm using
No, I know, Ronzi, it's not easy.
my paladin now. But maybe I'm just not remembering. Cutscene. Who is joining? Who are we fighting? The gun? Are we fighting the gun?
We
The heck is
definitely
that?
check Neo.
The heck is that?
Yeah, Ronzi, that sometimes happens to me too. And I think it's just people looking at their lists, not necessarily being in the stream.
Be on the same side as the tank. I am not a tank.
Neil, what we really need to know though is how do you feel about the Stormblood music so far?
Oh, the Stormblood music is a banger. I've loved Stormblood. Also, Hein, new favorite character. That guy's great. Really like that whole section.
Autumn is a big fan of him as well.
I haven't talked to Autumn in a hot minute. Hope they are doing well. I don't mean to let people go, it's just life gets busy. I haven't really talked to you guys since I stopped playing, so getting back in, just trying to reconnect with people. Part of me really likes this glam that I made, but then the other part of me realized today
Jeez.
that the shirt doesn't fit and it makes it look like he has a tramp stamp. Hey. They. I struggle with chat so much. I think it's the first time I've done a dungeon and gotten absolutely no.
Right, I'm gonna hop out a party,
loot?
but I'm gonna keep your stream up, so feel free to keep chatting away. And we definitely need to do this again and more often.
Yeah, I'll let you know next time I have a dungeon that I want to help queue for sure. And let's plan POTD. It's one of my greatest shames in gaming that I haven't gone back and finished it.
Lisa's unit should be
I'm gonna
advancing
mute
upon the
your
fire control
stream.
center in the command tower. Let us join them.
Great. Hasn't been in my stream the whole. That's probably been super confusing for people. There.
Lise, thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
Eddie.
They're here!
This traitor.
It was
Punch
you.
him. Punch him right in the face.
Aye. It was over. The skulls had surrendered. No one else had to die. And
You're right.
Truth.
I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what.
but why?
Did you?
Why would you do that?
Excellent question, Lise.
They died so that all Alamegans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise that we would do whatever it took so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run fast. That's just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
I mean, there could be other ways.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom. You killed your own. They trusted you and you killed them. Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Accurate. Oh, right. She had the surgery.
Lise! Gotcha!
Her image really. No.
I know what you can do. Alize!
Go nuts, Alphanod. I somewhat regret coming in with this vanity.
Even so, the odds are against me.
Ninji.
Eros invites you to join him for the royal hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
Fun.
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her.
Of course.
Thank you.
Me and my
I leave
exposed
matters here in
midriff.
your hands.
Right.
Punch everything in sight. All right. They just give me a pair of blue jeans. Almost max level. Probably wants to get through the next couple of quests. You're welcome. Well, it's wonder they're surprised that people get injured. So much text. Instantly, so push. Stormblood, the DLC where you free not one, but 2 nations from Imperial control. New area. Scene. We can get the rest of those now. Hi, Max from Two Broke Girls. Day was fine. How was yours? Okay. There it is. You're welcome. Do you play much Final Fantasy? 14 or otherwise? 600. We It's a fun game. Final Fantasy XIV has a very extensive free trial. You can play for a few thousand hours of content for free. And it's pretty good. If you like MMOs, it's a great game to try. Oh, this game's got plenty of silliness in it. Don't worry, we'll get to the Manderville quest line soon enough. I mean, those are some pretty great games to have as your favorite games.
Show you this house. My house.
Your house.
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it? Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was, which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Alamigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
Will you remain silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a... Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices. Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne. Together we will reclaim our freedom!
Hi, Erin Cora.
Send you home to men, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
That's good.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier, what do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself.
Hmm.
Liberty
All right.
is the chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work, and it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
True.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder.
Hmm.
Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask.
Trying to make some tea.
Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Alamegan, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Enanta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You...
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Sagar. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Gotcha. I think it's gotta be up there. I don't know how to get up there. You're probably not wrong. That way. Into the fate, it seems. Oh, you're a boss. That's why you're so hard. That was just an enemy. That's the dang fate I was doing. I was not gonna win that, Ninja. Hello, my fellow youths. So, enjoy my own dream within a dream. Inception. Wow. Hi, Evelyn. How are you this evening? Going well. Caught up with an old friend who helped me get through a dungeon. Now I'm just kind of doing some MSQs and some trying to get flight in this area. Hmm. Hmm. We just chilling tonight. So close to be able to finish the Ninja storyline. Yeah, those are fools. Yep, accurate. In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. Da-da. Algar's Breach. We'll wait just a moment. Oh, fair enough. Said he grew up here, wants the Garleans willingly. Watchmen of one of their labor camps, he's pulling all his pay to me, grant. Peddling my goods. See, I'd love to go just right there. Mistaken. I must go all the way around. I want to do that right this second. Go far. There's reach. I'm gonna come up here to Algana. Algana. Dragonfred. Seems right. I think these are then the last two West Aether Currents. Fly. We definitely got a mount speed increase. That's nice. I believe I can fly. Yep. Nine more. There's no demand for it. We can get better. Fast. Only monsters. Oh yeah, if there's monsters down there. See, some angles I think my glam hits real hard. This angle. It's a good game. That's a good angle for it. Bitter sour. Bitter root tea. Let's see. Organelles, everything in the core. The stones extracted were sold. Food we sold. It was imperial invasion that changed everything. The stone, red, barbaric, favoring the cold, tasteless metallic buildings instead. They say civilized. No use for the army. We lost just because one left to Temporia fell. Beasts. Sure. Where's the quarry? Over there. You're lucky that I'm easily convinced to do things. Hmm. That's not the way. That's the way back. Means what exactly? If I can go that way. Making an assumption that this is the way. It doesn't. It might not be. It's not. There we go. I get a little tired of that song, being honest. I like the wolf though. Dun, 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 dun. Time I fought one of you was in been on high. Get him. All that, huh? Wasn't that hard. Walking, really. There. Yeah, 4. Oh yeah. Well, we got good news and bad news. Good news is getting back is a lot faster than getting there. The bad news is it does take all their health to do it. Why are you so big? What's a level 70 creature doing here for? Don't you worry. I'm inclined to hand over some certain stones. Like a weird place for delivering Moogle. This is the critically acclaimed MMO, Final Fantasy XIV. With the free trial now including Heavensward and the critically acclaimed Stormblood expansions. This is towards the end of the Stormblood expansion. Why can't you believe it? Also, shout out.
Right at the end. Right at the end. Don't fall off. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. See, I would never fall off. I would
what a great
never
clip.
fall off. Never. No! Ah, why? Why? ¿Por qué? Tangina.
Also, I meant to do this earlier as a thank you for helping. I don't know if Leia is still here, but I appreciate their help with the dungeon.
It's gonna be a knockback.
You're welcome for the shouty. That's what we do.
Oh, I should have moved a little quicker. Sorry, Hill.
Oh, she's playing a murder train.
We're gonna be buddies, and it's gonna be a draw-in.
Press.
Demon murdering. We like it.
Someone had to start it.
Anyway, I don't know if Leia is still here, but she came in earlier to help me with the dungeon when we first started.
I got the first.
There's a
rep.
lot of people in C4 and the Dreamling Sanctuary
I covered you just too late. All right.
Want to get back into it, or want to get into it.
It's okay. We all just have
So if you're ever looking for some community, there's some there to play with you. I just set aside a day to start doing it. It was a coin flip between this or Warframe, and I ended up back at this. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. You gotta enjoy the game. But I mean, I feel like they had a few banger expansions in a row. They gotta get a miss eventually, right? Can't please everyone. Plus, from my understanding, they wrapped up the story and kind of have to set up a new one, right? Apparently this person is supposedly attractive. Ah, it's Lise in a new outfit.
think? I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could. Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything. Not again. It's just... if this is the last battle we fight to free Alamigo, then she ought to be a part of it. It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice.
And a bit embarrassing.
Anyway, the real reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle. There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
Sure. I used to be a monk. I started as. Did not like it. Was not my favorite. Oh, please tell me we're just gonna spar off the hand. Yes. Acceptable place for sparring. Looks like they're about to make out. I don't get an epic battle cutscene. That's it? Disappointing. And then they kiss. That's basically what happens. It might as well have been what happens, for all we know. Cheek to cheek? Awkward achievement name. Always appreciate headgear that gives an eye patch. I would have liked to have seen that too, Alphanon. Am I actually having to go? There's no fast way to get where y'all want me to go. That's a little disappointing. I shall walk this around again. Pick this up while we're here. Be just on the other side of this. This. Games, sometimes I really don't like you. Max from Two Bro Girls. That does not sound effective. It also sounds like a scene from a TV show that you may or may not be referencing. All right, we'll cut through here. I know there's other words, I just can't think of them in the moment. Excuse me, neck breaker. Just gonna wait on through here. Yeah. Lie, little chocobo. Lie. Right. All day. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Go about it every night and day. Cross my wings and fly away. Interesting Noah's Ark up here. I feel like I should just fly around and map the realm, but I don't want to. Been stealing supplies. So I'll subject to the officer's documents. We learned that a unit of Skull and Dirk Man passed through the capital with a single prisoner in their company. Seems like a folk dress would be bad to wear in battle, but okay. Hey, video game logic, right?
I remember my father's words, how they rang in my ears as we left Castra Mabania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Alamigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor. Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far.
Fair enough.
Whether Xenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
Yeah, that's true.
A siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you?
All right, let's make some war.
Twould seem we are of one mind. The immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
Fair, fair.
What about the resistance?
Your part will
Viva
be to
la
take over the
resistance.
residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives
All
are
will not
completed,
go according to
press
plan.
on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down
I can
Xenos.
guarantee it.
As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Fair enough.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Ralga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends.
Level 70? No, not even close. MSQs. Iron cred. That does sound questionable. Oh yeah. We do not know this man. Cynical youth. He was always going on about how life was only gross. Yeah, they used to have to boil the water from the well before they could drink it, since it was full of salt. Taking it from the logs, which means there must be an underwater tunnel or something. Good water training, so even if you come up through it, you'll find yourself in the wrong side of the blockade. Yeah, at this point, I think we're fairly used to dangerous. Level sync. Level 70. Oh boy. Hope I get there. Ah. Just wanted to do my AoEs. I hate AoEs that make you pick a target. So frustrating. Get out of here, Sablon. Alright, Whisker. Which way? Less than a week ago. Not the fallen masonry. Oh no. It appears to have been laid undisturbed for some time. I believe I am getting a picture. Hmm. Where indeed? Ah, there's what I was missing. The queer device. The which if you triggered an obvious trap. No. We don't have to fight. You at least don't have to survive the fight. Which of you triggered the obvious trap? Okay, well that wasn't there before. So the fight was necessary. All right, I know my cardinal directions. South is this way. Well, that's a big looking Magitech. Legion gunship. Fantastic. Looks like something from Xenoblade Chronicles. Well, whatever this thing is. Fuel generator seems like a stretch for what these might actually be. Hmm. It is I. Long story short, we need your prized possession. That's cute. You can't swim. Poor Alphanod. Getting the ones here are going to be a little annoying. Into this crystal. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles and found up at your door. Oh. If I'd be getting sick. Hate that. Oh, the door's shut, isn't it? Okay. That's fine. That makes sense. That makes sense. I wanted to try, you know? Ooh. Ooh, so many fancy words, Oranjar. For ignorance is your shield. Neat. Let's find our underwater tunnel. I think that's our underwater tunnel. Secret tunnel. Yeah, I would imagine he's already gone ahead since he's holding his breath. Well, that was effective. While we're here, might as well. Level sync is in effect. Resonant. Yeah, all right. Leroy Jenkins. Make that a sound alert. How close you want me to stay? Part of the Viceroy's plan, probably. Final Fantasy stealth mission. More. I found a lever and or a winch. It may be both of those things. Halls open, heavens weep. Huh. That can't be right. That's not what I meant to use. Anyway, quick, activate the device we were given for specifically this moment. Quick, do it. Do the thing. Julie, do the thing. Oh, you're gonna make me do it?
I can read your every move. Out of my way.
You power up again. I use a siphon again. Round and round we go.
I'll cut you to pieces.
Mistimed. Why don't you come help me with this other fight real quick? Don't worry about powering up again. I'll just knock you right back down.
If only you knew the power.
If only you knew the power that you don't wield in this fight. You can say what you want, but you got wrecked.
Not after everything. I cannot lose.
Oh, but you will. Without your tricks, you're nothing.
True.
Conrad, Mefrit, your own comrades. I should kill you here and now for what you did. But there's no place for that kind of justice here. Oh, how very bloody noble of you. Or you'll pardon me my sins, will you? After you and your freedom fighters come and tear down everything we've worked so hard to build? You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
Accurate.
Now, my friend!
Yo, where? Yeah, Kyle. Little Lalafu.
Alphina? I knew you'd come.
Touching as this moment is, it will have to wait. Lise!
I'm taking her back with us, alive. Listen to you, talking like you've already won. What are you talking about?
Echoing icons? We kill them all the time.
Cow, I'm talking about the hunt. He said you'd come, and here you and your friends are dead, just like mine.
Do it.
No. You're gonna live long enough to see us win our freedom. I promise you that.
And suddenly she lived for 1,000 years, because we lost that day.
1,000 years.
Of course.
Interrogations can wait. Let us be off.
Yes, Thyenkrad. Alright, Thyenkrad. You keep your secrets. I didn't see it this morning. They cleaned it up. I'll clean it up on your own. Yep. Grab it. No noble sacrifices. I need an inn. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Woo! Oh, there's a Valentine's Day event. That's what's going on. Actually makes it brighter. Dooby 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 dooba dooby dooby dooba dooby dooby dooba. Yeah. And I hate that, to be honest. Rather than be just the same color. But I can do that. 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 Interesting. I like you better. Have to die. I'm fine with that. Very laid back look. Oh, how silly of me. I can't believe I forgot to tune. Actually, I can completely understand how I forgot to attune He gets to run across the water and I have to swim? Hey, Fido. This is so dreary. Pick these quests up. Let's not forget this again. All right, friendos, it's getting kind of late, so I think take this moment to transition into our Bible reading because I've got a lot to read. Getting that ready. Today we finish Genesis. What that's worth. Works. Does here did and it didn't all at the same time. Oh, that's gone forever. So, all right, we're going to be reading Genesis 43 through 50 tonight. Bit of a mouthful, but we'll get through it. Doesn't help that my throat already hurts. Realistically, we'll also start into Genesis because I would want to read a little bit ahead because I won't probably read any tomorrow because of Eorzea. Now the famine was severe in the land. When they had eaten the grain they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Again, Lord, buy us a little food." But Judah said to them, "The man solemnly warned us, saying, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.' We'll send our brother with us. We will go down and buy you food. But if you will not send him, we will not go down. The man said to us, You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you. Israel said, Why did you treat me so badly as to tell the man that you had? They replied, The man questioned us carefully about ourselves and our kindred, saying, Your father's still alive. You have another brother. What we tell him in the answer to the questions, could we in any way know that he would say, Bring your brother down? Judah said to Israel, his father, Send the boy with me. We will arise and go. We may live and not die. We and you and our little ones. It will be a pledge of his safety. From my hand you shall require him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him before you, then let me bear the blame forever. If we had not delayed, we would now have returned twice. And their father Israel said to them, It must be so, then do this. Take some of the choice fruits of the land in your bag and carry your present down to the man. A little balm and a little honey gum, myrrh, pistachio nuts, and almonds. Take double the money with you. Carry back with you the money that was returned in the mouth of your sacks. Perhaps it was an oversight. Take also your brother and arise, go again to the man. God Almighty grant you mercy before them. May he send you back to your brother, Benjamin. As for me, if I am bereaved of my children. So the men took his present, and they took double the money with them. And Benjamin, they arose and went down to Egypt, and stood before Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the steward of his house, Bring the men into the house, and slaughter an animal, and the men are to dine with me at noon. The men did as Joseph told them, and brought the men to Joseph's house. The men were afraid because they were brought to Joseph's house. He said, Is it because of the money which was replaced in our sacks the first time? We are brought in, so that he may assault us and fall upon us to make us servants and seize our donkeys. They went up to the steward of Joseph's house, spoke with him at the door of the house, and said, Oh, my lord, we come down the first time to buy food. Came to the lodging we opened our sacks, and there each man's money in the mouth of the sack, money in full weight. So we have brought it again with us, and we have brought other money down with us. Do not know who put our money in our sacks. Peace to you. Do not be afraid. Your God and the God of your father has put treasure in your sacks for you. I received your money. And he brought Simeon out to them. And the man had brought the men into Joseph's house and given them water, and they had washed their feet. He had given their donkeys fodder. They prepared the present for Joseph's coming at noon. Heard they should eat bread there. A very interesting position of the steward using the same language the angels often use when referencing people. Like the angels often say, Peace to you, don't be afraid. Interesting. We're the stewards, so that's not it. Anyway, when Joseph came home, they brought into the house the men. VTuber.exe stopped working here. When Joseph came home, they brought into the house to him the present that they had with them, put down to him to the ground. He inquired about their welfare and said, Your father well, the old man of whom you spoke, he's still alive. Said your servant, Our father is well, he is still alive. They bowed their heads and prostrated themselves his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your youngest brother of whom you spoke to me? God be gracious to you, my son. Joseph hurried out, for his compassion grew. He sought a place to weep. His chamber. He washed his face and came out and controlled himself, and he said, Serve the food. And they served him by himself and the Egyptians who ate with them. Because the Egyptians could not eat with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination. He sat before them, the firstborn according to his birthright, according to his. The men looking at one another in amazement were taken to them from Joseph's table, Benjamin's portion, 5 times as much, and were. He commanded the steward of the house, Fill the men's sack with food, as much as they can carry, and put each man's money in the mouth of his sack, and put my cup, the silver cup, mouth of the sack of the youngest, with his money for the grain. He did as Joseph told them. As soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away with their donkeys. They had gone only a short distance from the city. Now Joseph said to his steward, Follow after the men, and when you overtake them, say to them, why have you repaid evil for good? Is it not that this that my Lord drinks, and by this that he practices divination? You have done evil in doing. He overtook them, he spoke to them these words. They said to him, why does my Lord speak such words as these? Far be it from your servants to do such a thing. Behold, the money that we found in our mouth sacks we brought back to you from the land of the Canaan. How then could we steal silver or gold from your lords? Every of your servants is found with it shall die. We also will be my Lord's servants. He said, let it be as you say. He who is found with it shall be my servant, and the rest of you shall be innocent. Each man quickly lowered his sack to the ground. Hi, Angel. Each man quickly lowered his sack to the ground. Each man opened his sack, and he searched, beginning with the eldest, ending with the youngest, and the cup was found in Ben's sack. And they tore their clothes, and every man loaded his donkey, and they returned to the city. My throat hurts. Just gotta real quick do the thing, because I don't have a mod. The animation SF. That. Boom.
Man, we just got done with like our last round for Repo.
Yeah, we gotta switch this real quick. What a great clip. Repo? Was I in that clip? I might have been in that clip. Repo clip. I gotta put that over here when I shout people out. One day. When Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, he was still there. They fell before him to the ground. Yeah, people keep coming in on me when I'm doing Bible reading and I don't have it on the screen. I need to add it just so I can keep shouting people out. When Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, he was still there, and they fell before him to the ground. Joseph said to them, what deed is this that you have done? Do you not know that a man like me can indeed practice divination? And Judah said, what shall we say to my Lord? What shall we speak? How can we clear ourselves? God has found out the guilt of your servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants. We and also in those who would say in the cup has been found. But he said, far be it from me that I should do so. Only the man in whose hands the cup was found shall be my servant. But as for you, go up in peace to your father. And Judah went up to him and said, oh, my Lord, please let your servant speak in the word of my Lord's ears. Let not your anger burn against your servant, for you are like the Pharaoh himself. My Lord asked the servant, saying, have you a father or a brother? We said to my Lord, we have a father, an old man, and a young child of his old brother his brother is dead, and he is alone left to his mother's children. His father loves him. You said to your servant, bring him down to me, that I may set my eyes on him. We said to my Lord, the boy cannot leave his father, for if we should leave his father would die. Then you said to your servants, your youngest brother comes down with you, you shall not see my face again. We went back to your servant, my father. We told him the words of my Lord. Our father said, go again and buy us a little food. We said, we cannot go down if the youngest brother goes with us. Then we will go down. We cannot see the man's face unless our youngest brother is with us. And your servant, my father, said to us, you know that my wife bore me 2 sons. One left me, and I said, surely he has been torn to pieces. I have never seen him since. You take this one also from me. Harm happened to him. You will bring down my gray hairs, and evil to Sheol. Therefore, as soon as I come to your servant, my father, and the boy is not with us, then his life is bound up in the boy's life. As soon as he sees that the boy is not with us, he will die. Your servant will bring down the gray hairs of your servant, our father, with sorrow to Sheol. Your servant became a pledge of safety for the boy to my father, saying, do not bring him back to you, that I shall bear the blame before my father all of my life. Now, therefore, please let your servant remain instead of the boy, as a servant to my Lord. Let the boy go back with his brothers. How can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me? Here to see the evil that would find me. Then Joseph could not control himself before those whom he stood by. He cried, everyone go out from me. So no one stayed with him when Joseph made himself known to his brothers. He wept aloud so that the Egyptians heard it. Also the Pharaoh heard it. Joseph said to his brothers, I am Joseph. Is my father still alive? His brothers could not answer him. They were dismayed at his presence. Joseph said to his brothers, come near me, please. And they came near, and he said, I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. Now, do not be so distressed or angry with yourselves because you were sold here. For God sent me before you to preserve life. The famine has been in the land these 2 years. There are yet 5 years in which there will be neither plowing nor harvest. God sent me before you to preserve you a remnant on the earth, to keep alive for you many survivors. It was not you who sent me here, but God. He has made me a father and Lord of all this house and ruler of all the land of Egypt. Hurry and go up to my father and say to him, thus says your son, Joseph has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me, do not tarry. You shall dwell in the land of Goshen. You shall be near me, you and your children and your children's children, and your flocks, your herds, and all that you have. There I will provide for you. For there are yet 5 years of famine to come, so that you and your household and all that you have do not come to poverty. And now your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin see, that it is my mouth that speaks to you. You must tell my father all of my honor in Egypt, all of that you have seen. Hurry and bring my father down here. He will upon his brother's Benjamin's neck. Benjamin wept. All of his brothers and wept. All that his brothers talked with them. When the report was heard in Pharaoh's house, Joseph's brothers have come, released Pharaoh and his servants. Pharaoh said to Joseph, say to your brothers, do this, load your beasts and go back to the land of Canaan. Take your father and your households and come to me. I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you shall eat of the fat of the land. And you, Joseph, are commanded to say, do this, take the wagon from the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come, and have no concern for your goods, for the best of all of the land of Egypt is yours. The son of Israel did so. Joseph gave them wagons according to the command of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the journey. Each and to all of them he gave a change of clothes, but to Benjamin he gave 300 shekels of silver and 5 changes of clothes. To his father he sent 10 donkeys loaded with good things of Egypt, 10 female donkeys loaded with grain. His father on the journey. He sent his brothers away, and as they departed, he said to them, do not quarrel on the way. It feels pretty accurate to have to say to 11 brothers, hey, stop fighting. What a funny sentence, but probably really needed. Anyway, so they went up out of Egypt and came to the land of Canaan to their father Jacob. And then they told him, Joseph is still alive. He is ruler over all of the land of Egypt. And his heart became numb. He did not believe them. And he told them all of the words of Joseph, which he had said to them. And when he saw the wagons that Joseph sent to carry him, the spirit of their father Jacob revived. And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is still alive. Go and see him before I die. So Israel took his long journey with all that he had and come to Beersheba, offered sacrifices to God of his father Isaac. God spoke to Israel in visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, here I am. Then he said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt. There I will make you into a great nation. I myself will go down to Egypt, bring you up again, and Joseph's hand shall close your eyes. And Jacob set out of Beersheba, the sons of Israel. Are you okay? Sorry, my cat is literally walking on my keyboard right now. Okay, Luna? You see something? Can we fall down the well? I think there's something out there. There might be a stray cat out behind our house. He's hunting something. Anyway, my apologies. Now these, oh boy. Then Joseph's, let me try that again. Then Jacob set out from Beersheba. The sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, their little ones, and their wives, and the wagons that Pharaoh had sent. They also came to their livestock and their goods, which they had gained in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob, all of his offspring with him, his sons and his sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his offspring he brought with him. The names. Drink some water. Gotta do this with confidence. All right. Now these are the names of the descendants of Israel who came into Egypt. Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and the sons of Reuben, Anak, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Simeon, Jemuel, Jemin, Ohad. Right, if you do it with any confidence, I won't know you messed up. That's it. Ohad, Jachin, Zahar, and Shual. The sons of Canaanite women. The sons of Levi, Gershon, Kahath, and Merar. Not Merar. Merari? We're going with Merari. The sons of Judah, Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul. Sons of Issachar, Tola, Puva, Yob, and Shimra. Sons of Zebulon, Sarid, Elon, and Jalil. These the sons of Leah, him who bore to Jacob in Padan Aram, together with his daughter Dinah. Altogether, his sons and his daughters numbered 33. The sons of Gad, Zephian, Haggai, Shunan, Esbon, Eri, Arade, and Arali. Sons of Asher, Amna, Ishva, Ishvi, Bera, with Sarah, their sister. Sons of Barai, Bar, and Malchiah. These the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter. These she bore to Jacob, 16 persons. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Rasanath, the daughter of Potiphar, the priest of Un, bore to. Okay. Interesting. Oh, damn. And the sons of Benjamin, El, Baker, Eshbal, Gara, Nama, Ahal, Rosh, Hupin, and Ard. These are the sons of Rachel, who were born to Jacob, 14 persons. And to Joseph. Okay, those are Joseph's kids. Got it. My brain broke there for a second. Son of Dan, Husham. The sons of Naphtali, Zeel, Guni, Jazer, and Shilem. These are the sons of Bilhal, whom Laban gave to Rachel his daughter. These she bore to Jacob, 7 persons. All of the persons belonging to Jacob who came into Egypt, who were own descendants, not including Jacob, Jacob's sons' wives, were 66 persons in all. The sons of Joseph, who were born to him in Egypt, were 2. All the persons of the house of Jacob came to Egypt, 70. He had sent Judah ahead of him to Joseph to show the way before him in Goshen. They came into the land of Goshen, and Joseph prepared his chariot and went up to meet Israel his father in Goshen, presented himself to him, fell on his neck, and wept on the neck of. Israel said to Joseph, I had seen your face and know that you are still alive. Joseph said to his brother, his father's household, will go up and tell Pharaoh, and I will say to him, my brother and my father's household who are in the land of Canaan have come to me. The men are shepherds, for they have been keepers of livestock, and they brought their flocks and their herds all the way here, all that they have. When Pharaoh calls you and says, what is your occupation? You shall say, your servants have been keepers of livestock from our youth, even until now, both we and our fathers, in order that you may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination. That's such a bold take. People that take care of animals are abominations. Wild. So Joseph went in and told Pharaoh, Father and my brother with their flocks and herds they possess have come from the land of Canaan. They are now in the land of Goshen. Among his brothers he took 5 men and presented them to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to his brothers, what is your occupation? And they said to Pharaoh, your servants are shepherds, as our fathers were. He said to Pharaoh, we have come to sojourn in the land. There is no pasture for your servants' flock. Famine is severe in the land of Canaan. Now, please let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen. Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Your father and your brothers have come to you, and the land of Egypt is before you. Settle your father and your brothers in the best of the land. Let them settle in the land of Goshen, and if you know of any able men among them, put them in charge of my livestock." Then Joseph brought in Jacob, his father, and stood him before Pharaoh. Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to Jacob, "How many are the days of your life?" Jacob said to Pharaoh, "The days of the years of my sojourning, 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of the years of we have not attained to the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the days of their sojourning." Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out of the presence of Pharaoh. Joseph settled his father and his brothers and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, of the land and in the Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded. Joseph provided his father and his brothers and all of his father's household with food, to the number of their needs. There was no food in all the land, for the famine was very severe, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan languished by reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all of the money found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, exchanged for the grain that they brought the money into Pharaoh's house. The money was all spent in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, and all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, "Give us food. Why should we die before your eyes? Money is gone." And Joseph answered, "Give your livestock. I'll give you food in exchange for your livestock. Your money is gone." They brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food in exchange for the horses and the flock donkeys. He supplied them with food in exchange for all the livestock that year. When ended, they came to him the following year and said to him, "We will not hide from my lord that our money is all spent. The herds of the livestock are my lord's. There is nothing left in the sight of my lord but our bodies and our land. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for food, and we with our land will be servants to Pharaoh. Give us the seed that we may live and not die. Land may not be desolate." So Joseph brought all the land of Egypt to Pharaoh. All the Egyptians sold their fields because the famine was severe on them. The land became Pharaoh's. As for the people, he made servants of them. One end of Egypt to the other. Only the land of the priests he did not buy, for the priests had a fixed allowance from Pharaoh, lived on the allowance that Pharaoh gave them. Therefore, they did not sell their land. And Joseph said to the people, "Behold, I have this day bought you and your land for Pharaoh. Your seed for you, and you shall sow the land. At the harvest you shall give a fifth to Pharaoh, and 4/5 shall be your own, a seed for the field, little ones." He said, "You have saved our lives. May it please my lord, we will be servants to Pharaoh." So Joseph made it a statute concerning the land of Egypt, and it stands to this day that Pharaoh should have the fifth. The land of the priests alone did not become Pharaoh's. Thus Israel settled in the land of Egypt and in the land of Goshen. It gained possessions in it, fruitful and multiplied greatly. Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. The days of Jacob's life, 147 years. When the time drew near that Israel must die, he called his son and Joseph and said to them, "If now I have found favor in your sight, put your hand under my thigh and promise to deal kindly and truly with me. Do not bury me in Egypt, but let me lie with my fathers. Carry me out of Egypt and bury me in their burying place." He answered, "I will do as you have said." And he said, "Swear to me." He swore to him, and then Israel bowed himself. And then he died. And after this, Joseph was told, "Behold, your father is ill." So he took him, his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, was told to Jacob, Israel summoned strength and sat up in bed. And Jacob said to Joseph, "God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me and said to me, Behold, I will make you fruitful and multiply you. I will make of you a company of peoples, and I will keep you this land of your offspring after you in your everlasting possession. And now your two sons who were born to you in the land of Egypt before I came to you in Egypt, Ephraim and Manasseh shall be mine, as Reuben and Simeon are. Children that you have fathered after them shall be yours. They shall be called by the name of their brothers in there. As for me, when I come from Paddan, sorrow, Rachel died in the land of Canaan on the way. When there was still some distance to go to Ephrath, I carried her on the way to Ephrath, that is, Bethlehem. When Israel saw Joseph's sons, he said, Who are these? Joseph said to his father, They are my sons. has given me here. He said, bring them to me, please, that I may bless them. The eyes of Israel were dim with age, so that he brought them near him. Israel said to Joseph, I never expected to see your face, and behold, God has let me see your offspring also. And Joseph removed them from his knees, put himself his face to the earth, and Joseph took them both, in his right and toward Israel's Manasseh to his left hand towards Israel's right hand, brought them near him. Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it on the head of Ephraim, whom was the younger, his left hand on the head of Manasseh crossed it. Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked, God whom has been my shepherd all of my life long, the angel who had redeemed me from all evil, bless these boys. In them let my name be carried on, in the name of my fathers Abraham. Let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand on the head of Ephraim. It displeased him, and he took his father's hand to move it from him. Joseph said to his father, not this way, my father, since this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. But his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know. He also shall become a people. His people shall be great. Nevertheless, his younger brother shall be greater, and his offspring shall become a multitude of nations. So he blessed them that day, saying, by you Israel will pronounce blessings, saying, God make you as Ephraim, as Manasseh. Thus he put Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said to Joseph, behold, I am about to die. God will be with you and will bring you again to the land of your father. Moreover, I will be given to you rather than to your brothers one slope. I took from the land of the Amorites with my sword and with my bow. Then Jacob called his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I might tell you that what shall happen to you in the days. Assemble and listen, O sons of Jacob. Listen to your Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might and my first fruits of my strength, preeminent in dignity and preeminent in power, unstable as water. You shall not have preeminence. You went up to your father's bed, and you defiled it. You went up to my couch. Simeon and Levi are brothers. Weapons of violence are their swords. Let my soul come not into their counsel. O my glory, be not joined in their company. In their anger they killed men. Willfulness they hamstrung. Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce, and their wrath, for it is cruel. I will divide them in Jacob, scatter them in Israel. It's interesting because the Levites are the priests. Judah, your brothers shall praise you. Your hand shall be on the neck of your enemy. Father's sons shall bow down before you. Judah is a lion's cub. From the prey, my son, stoop down, he crouches a lion, and a lioness who rouse him. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, or the ruler's staff from between. Tribute comes to him, and to him shall the obedience of the people. Bending his foal to the vine, his donkey's colt to the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his vesture in the blood of grapes. His eyes are darker than wine, his teeth are whiter than milk. Zebulun shall dwell at the shore of the sea, and he shall come between a haven for ships, and his border shall be at Sidon. Issachar is a strong donkey, crouching between the sheepfolds. He saw that a resting place was good, pleasant, so he bowed his shoulders to bear, and became a servant. Dan shall judge his people, and the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be serpent in the way, viper by the path, that bites the horse's heels, as that his right shall fall backwards. I wait for your salvation, O Lord. Raiders shall raid Gad. He shall raid at their heels. Asher's food shall be rich, and he shall yield royal delicacies. Naphtali is a doe let loose that bears beautiful fawns. Joseph is a fruitful bow by a spring. His branches run over the wall. Archers bitterly attack him, shot at him, and harass him severely. Yet his bow remained unmoved. His arms were made agile. The hands of the mighty one of Jacob. Here is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. By the God of your father, who will help you, by the Almighty, will bless you. Blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep, watch beneath, blessings of the beast and of the womb. Blessings of your father are mighty beyond the blessings of my father, up to the bounties of the everlasting hills. May they be on the head of Joseph, the brow of him who was set apart from his brother. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf, in the morning devouring the prey, and in the evening dividing the spoils. Seems to not like Benjamin very much. As we're reading these, some of these is like, let me give you your blessings. I'm like, that wasn't a blessing. That was a curse. All right, cool. Would hate to be with one receiving that. All right, nearly there. All these are the 12. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel. This is what their father said to them as he blessed them, blessing each with their blessing suitable to him. He commanded them and said to them, I am to be gathered to my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave. If it is in the field that Allah, memory to the land of Canaan. Abraham bought the field as a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife. There I buried Leah, fields in the cave that is in where the rock from Hittite. When Jacob finished commanding his sons, he drew up his feet and breathed his last, and he was gathered to his. Then Joseph fell on his father's face and wept over him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. The physicians embalmed Israel. 40 days were required. That is how many required for embalming. The Egyptians wept for 70 days. And when the days of weeping were past, Joseph spoke to the household of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found favor in your eyes, please speak to the ears of Pharaoh, saying, Mother made me swear, saying, I am about to die, and my tomb that I have hewn out of myself in the land of Canaan. There shall you bury me. Now therefore, please let me go up to bury my father, then I will return. Jacob answered, Go up and bury your father, as he made you swear. So Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went all the servants of Pharaoh, and the elders of his household, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, as well as all the household of Joseph, his brothers, and his father's household. Only their children, their flocks, and their herds were left in the land of Goshen. There they went up with him, both chariots and horsemen. It was a very grand company. And they came to the threshing floor of God, beyond the Jordan. They lamented there with a very great and ravenous lamentation. He made a mourning for his father 7 days. When the inhabitants of the land of the Canaanites saw the mourning on the threshing floor of Atad, they said, This is a grievous mourning by the Egyptians. Therefore the place was named Abal Mizraim. It is beyond the Jordan. Thus his sons did for him as he had commanded. His sons carried him to the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave of the field east of Mamre, in which Abraham bought the field from Ephron the Hittite to possess a burying place. After he had buried his father, Joseph returned to Egypt. All who came up from the burial of his father. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, It may be that Joseph will hate us and pay us back for all the evil we did to him. They sent a message to Joseph saying, Your father gave us a command before he died. Say to Joseph, Please forgive the transgression of your brothers, because they did evil to you. And now please forgive the transgressions of the servants of the God of your father. Joseph wept when they spoke to him. His brothers also came and fell down before him and said, Behold, we are your servants. But Joseph said to them, Do not fear, for am I in the place of God? As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. Bring it about that many people should be kept alive. They are today. Do not fear. I will provide for you and your little ones. Thus he comforted them, spoke kindly to them. Joseph remained in Egypt, he and his father's house. Joseph lived 110 years. Saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. Children also of Machar, the son of Manasseh, were counted of Joseph's oaths, as Joseph's owns. Joseph said to his brothers, I am about to die, but God will visit you and bring you up out of to the land that he swore to Abraham and to Joseph made the sons of Israel swear, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from here. Joseph died, being 110 years old. They embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin. Woo! All right. Before I move on to Exodus, a couple thoughts here. So cool. I really enjoy reading Genesis in context like that, kind of going through big chunks of it at a time. Not that there isn't a ton that you can learn going verse by verse, because there is. But when you look at the picture, you see the cycle that God has with the children of Israel and the children of Abraham, the God's first fruits of his chosen people. Of like, hey, I'm going to take you to this place. It's going to be bad. I'm going to make it better for you. I'm going to take you to this place, and it's going to be bad, and I'm going to make it better for you. It's the constant cycle of, you're going to follow me, I'm going to get you through it, and you're going to end up better on the other side. Because it took one family and slowly made it great. It took 3 generations for them to even have more than one kid in the line. And so it's so fascinating just to see as well the increase in faithfulness, because while Jacob wasn't a great man his whole life, even after he got the name Israel from wrestling an angel, he had many faults and often doubted God. As he went, he continues to see how God is working, lean more and trust in God more. Even to the point that Joseph is a saint. Like, Joseph, we don't see Joseph sin. Not that he didn't. But we don't see it. He is, every time he was bereft of things, this is God's will. This is a tragedy, and this is God's will, and he will be good for me through. That's a lot of Genesis is just God has a plan, and he will see it through. I really like that. Really helpful now just to remember God's plan, because he will see it through. You might not like the process. It might be 5 years or 7 years of famine. But God will see it through. I'm going to read the next 3 chapters as well, just because we're on a roll and because I probably won't get to read them tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and start Exodus, the other half of that story. Names, woo! These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Jacob, each with his own household: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah; Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin; Dan and Naphtali; Gad and Asher. All of the descendants of Jacob were 70 persons. Joseph was already in Egypt, and then Joseph died, and all his brothers and all of that generation. The people of Israel were fruitful and increased greatly, multiplied and grew exceedingly strong, so that the land was filled with them. There arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph, and he said to his people, "Behold, the people of Israel are too many and too mighty for us. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply, and if war breaks out, they join our enemies and fight against us and escape from the land." And therefore they set taskmasters over them and afflicted them with heavy burdens. They built for Pharaoh store cities, and Pithom and Ramses. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied, and the more they spread abroad. The Egyptians were in the dread of the people of Israel. They ruthlessly made the people of Israel work as slaves, made their lives bitter and hard with service, in mortar and brick, and in all kinds of work in the field. All of their work they ruthlessly made them slaves. And the king of Egypt said to the Hebrew midwives, one of whom was named Shiphrah, and "You serve as a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them in the birth stool. If it is a son, you shall kill him, but if it is a daughter, you shall live." The midwives feared God, did not do as the king of Egypt commanded them, but let the male children live. The king of Egypt called the midwives and said to them, "Why have you done this? And let the male children live." The midwives said to Pharaoh, "Because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, are vigorous and give birth before the midwives come to them." So God dealt with all of the midwives, and the people multiplied very strong. The people of the midwives feared God. He gave them their families. And Pharaoh commanded all of his people, "Every son that is born to the Hebrews you shall cast. You shall let every daughter." A man from the house of Levi went and took as his wife a Levite woman. The woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took him for a basket made of wool, dubbed it with cinnamon and kish. She put the child in it and placed it among the reeds by the river. His sister stood at a distance to be done to him. The daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe. While her young woman walked beside the river, she saw the basket among the reeds and sent her servant woman. She opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby was crying. took pity on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." And his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call you a nurse from the Hebrew women to nurse the child for you?" Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." The girl went and called the child's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me. I will give you your wages." So the woman took the child and nursed him. When the child grew older, she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses, because she said, "I drew him out of the." One day, Moses had grown up. He went out of his people and looked at the and he saw the Egyptians beating Hebrew, one of his people. He looked this way and that. Seeing no one, he struck down the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. He went out the next day. Behold, 2 Hebrews were struggling together. He said to the man in the wrong, "Why do you strike your companion?" And he answered, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you mean to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" And Moses was afraid and thought, "Surely the thing is known." Pharaoh heard of it. He sought to kill Moses. But Moses fled from Pharaoh and stayed in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. And the priests of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and they drew water and filled with troughs the water of their father's flock. The shepherds came down and drove them away. But Moses stood up and saved them in the flock. When they came home to their father, Ruel, he said, "How is it that you have come home soon today?" They said, "An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and even drew water for us and water." He said to his daughters, "Where is he? Why have you left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread." Moses was content to dwell with the man. He gave Moses his daughter, Zipporah. She gave birth to a son, and called his name Gershom. He said, "I have become a sojourner in a foreign land." During these many days, the king of Egypt died. The people of Israel groaned because of their slavery and cried out for help. Their cry for rescue from slavery came up to God and heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and with Jacob. God saw the people of Israel, and God. Now Moses was keeping the flock of his father-in-law, Jethro, priest of Midian, and he led his flock to the west side of the wilderness and came to the mountain of God. Angels of the Lord appeared to him in a flame out of fire. He looked, and behold, the bush was burning, yet it was not consumed. Moses said, "I will turn aside to see this great sight. Why the bush is not burned?" The Lord saw that he turned aside to see. God called him out of the bush. "Moses, Moses," he said, "Here I am." And he said, "Do not come near. Take your sandals off your feet. The place on which you are standing is holy ground." He said, "I am the God of your father, God of Abraham, the God of Isaac." Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look at God. And the Lord said, "I have surely seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their cry because of their taskmasters. I know their sufferings, and I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, to bring them up out of the land to a good and broad land flowing with milk and honey, the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jews. And now, behold, the cry of the people of Israel has come to me. I have also seen the oppression which the Egyptians oppressed them. I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt." But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I would go to Pharaoh and bring him to the children of Israel out of Egypt?" He said, "But I will be with you, and this shall be a sign for you. I have sent you when you have brought the people out of Egypt. You shall serve God on this mountain." Then Moses said to God, "If I come to the people of Israel and say to them, God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them?" God said to Moses, "I am who I am." He said, "Say this to the people of Israel, I am has sent me to you." God also said to Moses, "Say this to the people of Israel, Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God has sent me to you. This is my name forever. Thus I am to be remembered throughout all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together and say to them, the Lord, the God of your fathers, God of Abraham, of Isaac, appeared to me, saying, I have observed you, and that has been done to you in Egypt. I promise that I will bring you up out of the land of Canaan, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, land of flowing with the milk and honey. They will listen. They will listen to your voice, and you and the elders of Israel shall go to the king of Egypt and say to them, the Lord, the king of Hebrews, has met with us. Now, please let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. But I know that the king of Egypt will not let you go unless compelled by a might. I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all the wonders that I will do in it. After that, he will let you go. I will give the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And when you go, you shall not go empty. Each woman shall ask of her neighbor, and any woman who lives in her house, for silver and gold and jewelry. You shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, so you shall plunder the Egyptians. God's showing up big right there at the beginning of Exodus for people that have forgotten him. I wouldn't say I've forgotten him, but of people that haven't heard him directly, because they had 3 straight generations of I am the God of your father, I am the God of your father, I am the God of your father. But it's been a bit since Joseph. They haven't had the same familiarity. So, Lord shows up. Lord provides. All right. As I'm going to call it there because I feel like I'm getting sick a little bit. I was getting a little hoarse. Work tomorrow, so I'm going to get some sleep so that I can hopefully handle my responsibilities. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. If anyone wants to head over to Twitch, we need to pick someone to raid. I don't know who's on. Following Leia. Thank you. That would be funny. But she's in the middle of something and probably won't pay attention. Her stream title is hieroglyphics to me. Let's raid in the Hollow. The Stars is playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Good game. They're in Javi Javi's bed. Are they playing Goose Goose Duck? Read Zap. Read Zap a lot. So faded. Let's raid Wesley because she's very Chronicle because all right. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. Come back tomorrow because we're doing Terraria and it's gonna be great. We're gonna continue that. You can play with us. That'll be fun. Got them. Be sure to use my raid emotes. Those are fun to use. I made them. There's new emotes to use. And let's give Chronicle of the Stars a warm hello.
I may actually have to start. I don't know where to go. Well, sis, where now? Auxiliary Adventures. Hello. Hey, dude, what's up? It's been a while. Nice to see you again. How are you?